You know, I thought it'd be really cool to be able to K-drive everywhere, but then Yareli came out and I realized that it's really not. Yareli actually has a cool toolkit, it's just that riding around on Merulina all the time is an absolute ball ache. But now that we have an augment that allows you to turn Merulina into a pet instead, I think it's time to finally do something with her. So let's figure something out, shall we? So I actually have an idea of what I want to do here, and I think it's gonna be cool if it works, that is. For now, let's just put on growing power. I think defense-wise, we're just gonna use shields. Not just shield gating, but actual like shields. Vigor for some recharge, and prime redirection. That'll do. Let's slap on an adapter. I think we'll need a mixture of strength and duration for this. Let's put on primed continuity. What, augmented for a bunch of strength? I think we're actually gonna run both here. Loyal Merulina to turn Merulina into a pet. And then Surging Blades for the damage. Now, I don't know if this affects the damage of the Orbiting Blades. I don't think it does. And also, I hope this is still free even if you're using Loyal Merulina, because normally you have to be on Merulina for this to be free. What's the damage scaling on this? 450 up to 697, so it's 1-to-1. Roughly. Should be. Seems about right. This isn't gonna help with like toxin damage, but it will help with toxin procs. Okay, how much damage does this actually do? Like, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. The single target is not great, but that's why we have the augment so that we can throw the bigger blades. This actually works really well. Yeah, this will actually help with knockdowns as well. Sure. Let's switch to Zanurek for some easy energy gen. This is dope. I have high hopes for this. That was actually pretty fun. Yeah, blind rage just makes more sense here. We lose efficiency, but we get a ton of extra duration and even more damage. This will make it much nicer at the start of the mission, so let's do that. Let's also do a bit of armor. Let's top it off with a bit of health. Why not? So we have a bit of regen, some armor, bit of extra health, and then maximum energy field on spawn. This is gonna make it feel a lot better, and also it's gonna make it a hell of a lot beefier against Toxin. Let's slap a D right there. Ogre Secrets would be nice, because you get the strength and the Ogre set bonus, but we're not going to be casting a lot of stuff, so it's probably a better idea to go for Intensify instead. Yeah, let's do Intensify. Let's do a bit of a survivability test as well. I don't know what I expected, but it was not this. I'm not taking any damage at all, and I'm dishing out plenty. Huh. Nice. I think we're on the right track. I'm taking almost no damage at all, so the defense is good. And the damage is not quite there, but it's getting there. Aha, there's an Eximus right there. This is why we're using the Blade Augment, by the way. We throw the Blade, which is free because we have Merulina. Massive slash proc. Eximus dead. Nice. Oh, and there's that ding-a-li-ding. Now it's time for a bit of a twist. We slap on an Aura Forma. Where is it? There it is. Sprint boost, baby. How many of you have never used that Aura? Now, since we're most likely not going to be changing the damage on this, I'm going to do a proper test with Harold. This is all I ever wanted. This is fantastic. It just works. Am I Todd Howard? I might be Todd Howard because it just works. Well, time for a proper test. The slash procs aren't all that big, but it just procs a lot of them. Start throwing the blades. Yeah, please don't do that. No good. Okay, keep throwing the blades. Keep throwing the blades. There we go. Now that's some single target damage. I'm not firing the compressor at all. That's just the blades. That's sick. I think we might have an actual build on our hands. You know what I just realized? This would be absolutely sick on Inaros. Because Yareli gives you Aqua Blades, right? So you could subsume Aqua Blades on Inaros, activate Aqua Blades, and then turn on Sandstorm to hoover enemies into the Aqua Blades. I'm gonna have to try that. Let's put another V in there. This should be the last one. Let's put a dash in the Exilus. And there we go. Oh, I'm loving the sprint speed. It is kind of counterproductive though, because we run past the enemies much faster, so we proc less slash, but it just feels good. It kind of just feels like Splinter Storm Gara. I am genuinely surprised at how much single target damage this can dish out. Like, I expected the Throne Blades to be good, but not this good. This is very cool. So here's the final build. We have Mold Augmented for a bunch of strength and arcane resistance to negate toxin procs. I ended up running Sprint Boost and Rash for more sprint speed, but you can easily run Growing Power and Power Drift for more damage. Then we have Primed Continuity for duration, Blind Rage and Intensify, which can actually be swapped out for Umbral Intensify if you invest into it a little bit more for more damage. Then there is Constitution for a bit of extra duration, but mostly for the knockdown recovery. We're running 2 augments, which are Loyal Merulina to turn Merulina into a pet, and then Surging Blades, which allows us to throw the orbiting blades for a ton of single target damage. Now this doesn't actually throw your orbiting blades, so don't worry about spending them, you can throw as many of them as you want. And to top it all off, we have Redirection and Vigilante Vigor for some shield defense. We also ended up using some Archon charts, which are not mandatory, but they will make the build feel a lot better. We have an Amber Archon chart for maximum energy photon spawn, so you don't have to worry about your energy at the start of the mission. We have 1 health regeneration Archon chart, 1 health Archon chart, and then 2 armor Archon charts. These are there to help you out with toxin damage. Now, because we layered a bunch of defenses on this build, we have Merulina, then shields and shield recharge, and then a decent amount of health armor and a bit of health regen, the build actually ended up being very tanky. And that's a good thing, because you need to get close to the enemies to do your damage, right? Unless you're throwing the blades, that is. It feels kind of similar to Splinter Storm Gara. It's not quite as strong, but it's also not as demanding. With Splinter Storm Gara, yes, you can get ridiculous damage, but you have to keep an eye out on a timer and you have to do a combo all the time. Here, you press a button every now and then and that's it. If you mess it up, nothing happens, whereas if you mess it up with Gara, you lose all your damage. But anyway, that's pretty much it, so I thank you very much for watching, as always guys, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. I would also like to extend a special thank you to all the channel members. Thank you very much guys, I really appreciate your support, it means a lot to me. And if you want to become a channel member as well, by the way, you can check out the memberships and stuff down below. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.